Because that misconception is something that a lot of people think it's true. Sadly, it's not. It's not that people and the thing is that because of that misconception, the ones that have to pay the price of the misconception are sadly the ones that are willing to have a life on this. Are the future scientists. And why is that? The misconception says that scientists don't socialize, that we are pretty strange, pretty freaky, that we just watch a certain amount of things, that we don't like hanging around with more people, that we might have problems with society because we don't like society for some reason. And I think with that is that then a lot of people believe that that's true. And a lot of people believe that it's true. And I'm here to show otherwise. I'm here to show the other way around. When I started this Twitch channel, that now it's a YouTube channel, that now it's a TikTok channel, a Twitter channel, an Instagram account, a lot of things. When I started everything, I started it because I had an idea. An idea that young people and the new generation of scientists and researchers and professors and basically people who are interested in academy, that every single one of those souls come from a different moment in time. Meaning that it was actually possible to teach them that being a scientist is more than just filling up a whole board with chalk. And that's true. Whoever tells you the other way around, that person is lying. If someone says being a scientist, it's simply filling a lot of equations on a board and being sure that you're telling people that that's the thing that should work out, and completely ignore everything else. Whoever says that is lying. Because being a scientist, it's way more than just filling up a board with equations that may or may not make sense. Being a scientist is being able to communicate. And I figured that out hopefully pretty early on my career. And that's why also I'm doing this. And that's another reason of me doing this. Because I want to learn how to communicate. I want to get better at communicating my ideas. I want to get better at entertaining some people. I want to get better at sharing my ideas with other human beings. Because I really want to make sure that I know how to have a community. That I know what it takes for me to entertain some people, to have some people watching a video, to have some people listening to me talking, just as I'm doing right now. That I also improve my talking skills because, well, you know that talking is not the easiest thing to do. And normally people will say that that's not true. But if someone says that talking is pretty easy, then just tell them, talk. Ask them to talk. And you will see that that's not an easy thing to do. You will see that it's pretty complicated for a lot of people to actually be able to communicate themselves. And that's not bad. And that's not a bad thing. And why is that? Because we're here to improve our skills. We're here to learn from our mistakes. We're here to be better scientists. We have to be better researchers, to be better people who communicate. And the only thing that gives you that is experience. Like me being here with you. I am playing League of Legends, I'm playing Teamfight Tactics. I don't need to do a lot of things to play Teamfight Tactics. So I do have enough time to communicate with you, to keep talking about the things that we gotta make sure that we do, while we do have a Teamfight Tactics gameplay on the background. And you can watch it. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm playing at the same time that I'm talking to all of you. So with that in mind, and what I was saying before, communication is pretty important. And communication is probably something that is pretty hard to do. And people might think that I am lying. But whenever I say that communication is probably one of the hardest things to do, it's because if you think about it, you first have to ask yourself, what is actually communication? Because communication is not writing down a paper and sending it for publication and hope that someone in your field understands what you wrote and you get awarded a medal, an Nobel Prize, a Fields Medal, or something. It's more than that. You not only want people that are experts on your area to understand what you're doing, because then who else is gonna be an expert? Then what's gonna happen with your career in your area, with your research, with your basics, with everything that you're finding? What's gonna happen in the future with that? Nothing. It's gonna vanish. It's going to disappear from the face of the earth. If you are not able to communicate with other people, hopefully with younger researchers, or with younger people who are willing to keep on with your work, if you're not capable of doing that, then there's a high percent chance that, sadly, no one is gonna be there to keep up with your research, to keep up with your findings, to keep up with everything that you have been doing for your life. And it's as simple as that. And sadly, it's that simple because if you just spend a second thinking about what I said, people who could carry your work are these new researchers who are starting, hopefully, an undergraduate career on this, that are starting from scratch, that I'm trying to learn the basic things that you have been writing down for your life, and even make sense of the minimum, so that they could be asking themselves questions that you have already asked yourself for a while. See what I'm saying? When you are writing down new papers, when you are doing more work, when you are researching, when you are on the top of your field, when you are leading the research on a certain topic, when you are leading a group of people in a certain area, you need way more than just good writing skills, than just good planification. You need to actually make sense and make sure that those new people can understand what you're saying. If not, nothing will change. If not, you're gonna spend, let's say, 20 years of your life. 20 years. That's almost my lifetime. Just writing papers that no one will ever get. And you will basically spend your life on nothing if you're not capable of letting someone else understand your work. So for all of these young people who are starting to do research, for my colleagues, for everyone who listens to this, there's more than just being able to fill up a whole chalkboard with chalk. There's more out there that we need to make sure that we do. We need to make sure that we're able to communicate with others. We need to make sure that people actually understand what we do. We need to make sure that those people out there that are interested in at least the basics. I'm not talking about the most professional ones. I'm not talking about the ones who have spent already a lifetime on this. I'm talking about those who are like, I don't know, let's say, third year students. Those are the people that you have to write for. Why is that? As simple as those are the people who at some point in their careers, they could select your work as their research topic. And if they do select your work as their research topic, then how would you expect them to do something if you cannot even communicate properly with them? Do you really expect them to do some decent work? Do you really expect them to have new ideas to keep up with everything that you have done for the last, I don't know, let's keep up with that example, 20 years of your life? Do you really expect that? I hope you don't. And that's reality. For everyone who thinks about it, that's not reality, then that's how reality works. How do you think science keeps moving on to the future? Because at the end, science is the only thing that can unite humankind. Is the only thing that can do. The only thing that all humanity can unite with and be represented with, it's with science. Just think about it for a sec. What is the reason that humans are really into science? Why do people support science? If you think about it for a sec, you will actually find out that the reason that humans have, basically the most common reason for humans to come together, to work together, for good or for bad, this is a different thing, is because of science. Because we, as humans, we have always had a desire of understanding what's happening in our world. We have always been wondering what's going on, why is it working this way, why do I feel sick, why do oceans move like that, why is the sky blue, why is the sun a star that looks red, orange, yellow, depending on the time of the day. Why is there a white circle in the sky during the night that we call moon? Why is there not a circle like that during the daytime? Why do humans get sick? Why do we grow this way? Why do we have mental health problems? Why do we exist in different areas of the world, and why do some animals cannot exist in those areas? See what's similar to all of those questions? We have always asked ourselves why. We always wanted to find out. We always wanted to understand the place where we're living at this moment. And humans will always try to understand everything that's happening on the place where we live. And hopefully we do that until the end of time. And that's why we're so important. That's why we, the new researchers, are very important. Because we are the ones in charge of doing it. We are the ones that are in charge of uniting along just one goal. And what is that goal? You tell me. But I would say communicating. We need that. We're so desperate of that. We really need to start learning how to communicate with people that are scientists and people that are not. We need to make sure that people believe in us. We need to make sure that people actually support us. So this is gonna be GG. It was a pretty easy game, actually. I was basically chit-chatting with you while I was gaming. So yeah, 100% health. It was a perfect game. So yeah, there you go. First place. Well, I'm so happy that it was a great game. It wasn't a pretty hard one. And well, whoever's watching this, thank you so much. And whoa, look at how many things I got.